All right, everybody, if you like variety, then this is the video for you. Guaranteed to be a few covers that you have never seen before. Let's check out some interesting sports magazine sales from August 2023. First up, we're going to start with this LeBron James Slam cover. This is from 2003. This is LeBron's second Slam magazine cover. It's a CGC 9.0 that sold for $175 on eBay. From Beckett magazine in 1990, Bo Jackson. This is a legendary image, also on a well-known sports card, and it's a CGC 9.6. Pretty awesome there with the shoulder pads and the bat over the shoulder. Went for $299 on eBay. Here we have Michael Jordan's first Sports Illustrated cover from 1983. Very well-known issue. Also have Sam Perkins there with him. This is a subscription copy. It's a CGC 6.0, and it sold for $260 on eBay. Next up, Michael Jordan. Again, this is from 1998. This is the Last Stand issue. Of course, we now know of it more as The Last Dance, thanks to the documentary. And it's a CGC 9.6. So a 9.8 copy of this actually just sold last month for over $8,000. So this shows you the big jump between a 9.6 and a 9.8. This 9.6 sold for $425 on eBay. Here we have a unique one. This is Kobe Bryant, and this is from Los Angeles Magazine. It's in 2020. This is right after Kobe's death, kind of a memorial cover here. It's a CGC 9.8, and it sold for $395 on eBay. 1961 Sports Illustrated Roger Maris. That, of course, is the year that he broke Babe Ruth's single-season home run record, slapping 61 home runs. And this is a subscription copy with the mailing label still affixed in the bottom left corner. It's a CGC 7.5, and it sold for $500 on eBay. Next up, this was the very first ever issue of Beckett Monthly. Beckett, obviously, very well-known publication, a long-time sports card price guide, and eventually they put out different variations: Beckett basketball, Beckett football, and all kinds of things, Beckett hockey. But this was the very, very first issue from 1984. You can see a picture of Roberto Clemente's card there, and it's a CGC 8.0 copy that sold for $362.77 on eBay. Here's a Michael Jordan cover that you don't see a ton. This is a Sports Illustrated Presents. So it was not a weekly issue. It was one of the commemorative issues. Came out in the year 2000, celebrating a Hall of Fame career. Got the legendary image there that was taken in the 80s by Sports Illustrated photographer Walter. I think Walter Luce. I've actually never known how to correctly pronounce his name, but very well-known photographer. It's a CGC 9.4, and it sold for $270 on eBay. Here we have a 1964 sport magazine, Muhammad Ali, still known as Cassius Clay, here on the cover, and it's a CGC 5.0 that sold for $295 on eBay. Next up, the Mickey Mantle. This is Sports Illustrated. It's from 1965. This is towards the later stages of Mickey Mantle's career, and this is a CGC 6.5 newsstand copy that sold for $250 on eBay. Here we have recent Victor Wembanyama 2002 Sports Illustrated, his first cover. It's a CGC 9.8 copy, sold for $271 on eBay. Next up, the Ring magazine. This is from 1986, and it is Iron Mike Tyson's very first cover on the Ring. It's a CGC 6.0 newsstand copy, sold for $135.50 on eBay. Here we got Mike Trout and his first Sports Illustrated covers from 2012. This is a CGC 9.0 copy, and it went for $295 on eBay. The very first issue of Sports Illustrated for Kids from 1989, you have Michael Jordan, and it's a CGC 9.4, sold for $305 on eBay. Surefire future Hall of Famer here, Justin Verlander, and this is his first Sports Illustrated cover back in 2006 with the Detroit Tigers. It's a CGC 9.8 copy, and it sold for $800 on eBay. Here we have Michael Jordan from 1989. This is one of his 50 covers, also featuring Joe Dumars. And actually, this is one of the few of the 50 Sports Illustrated covers that have Michael Jordan shown somewhat in a negative light. Can anyone shut down Michael? And this was, of course, the time whenever the Pistons were still dominating the Bulls. The Bulls had not quite broken through yet. And this is a CGC 9.0 copy, sold for $950 on eBay. One of my absolute favorite magazine covers of all time. This is Sport Magazine. This is from 1975. It's Dr. J. Julius Erving. Just absolutely love how Dr. J is performing surgery on an ABA basketball. You've got him in his ABA Nets jersey with a doctor's lab coat over, and you got the the doctor's hat covering his fro. Just absolutely awesome. This is a CGC 9.0 copy. It's the highest copy out there of this issue, and it sold for $189 on eBay. What a pickup here, if I do say so myself, for the buyer. Next up, 2000 Sports Illustrated Kobe Bryant. This is a CGC 9.6, also a great pickup, $138. Nice little steal there for what is actually Kobe's first solo Sports Illustrated cover. Next up, Michael Jordan again. We've already seen this one, but the previous was a subscription. This is a newsstand at a 4.5. And you can see the value of the newsstand. This 4.5 newsstand copy sold for just south of $600 on eBay. Next up, another classic cover, Wayne Gretzky. This is his first cover from 1981, Sports Illustrated, CGC 7.0 copy, sold for $374 on eBay. Here's a cool one that I have never seen. This is an ABA playoff program from 1973 featuring Dr. J playing with the Virginia Squires. It's a CGC 6.0 and it sold for $125 on eBay. Next up, from 1990, this is Legends Magazine, and you got Joe Montana there on the cover. It's a perfect CGC 9.8, sold for $140 on eBay. Larry Legend's second Sports Illustrated cover, still in college with Indiana State. It's from 1979. This was right before the famous title game against Magic Johnson. This is actually from the Final Four. It says Indiana State makes the Final Four. Bird takes off. And this one went for $299.95 on eBay. Modern here from 2022, we got Sports Illustrated. You have LeBron James, as well as both of his sons, Bronny and Bryce, and this CGC 9.8 copy sold for $167.50 on eBay. Next up, Roger Clemens, one of the most dominant and talented pitchers of all time. Of course, not in the Hall of Fame right now due to steroids allegations, but this is his first cover from 1986, Lord of the K's, while he was pitching with the Boston Red Sox. It's a CGC 9.4 copy that sold for $500 on eBay. So earlier we saw LeBron's second Slam Magazine cover. This is his first cover on Slam Magazine, also featured with Sebastian Telfair, who was another NBA prospect coming straight out of high school. Obviously, he did not pan out nearly as much as LeBron James did. This is a CGC 6.0 copy in newsstand, and it sold for $160 on eBay. 1948 Sport Magazine. So this is going back 6 years before the first issue of Sports Illustrated was released. You got two major baseball legends here on the cover, Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio. It's a CGC 6.0, sold for $124.49. Very cool cover here. This is from 1950. This is Baseball Hero. It was from Fawcett Publications. And it's a CGC 6.0 copy featuring Hall of Famer Larry Doby. Larry Doby, if I'm not mistaken, was the second Black player in baseball following Jackie Robinson. And this one went for $281.80. Another unique one here. This is from 1984. This is a Boston Celtics Championship 1984 souvenir program. This was after they had defeated the Lakers to win the 1984 NBA championship. You have the two legends there, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, on the cover. It's a CGC 9.2 copy, and it sold for $100 on eBay. Next up, an older Michael Jordan cover from the 80s. It's 1989, Sports Illustrated, and this is Michael golfing on the cover. Jordan's my name, golf's my game. It's a CGC 9.6, very high-grade copy, sold for $999. Here we've got 1981 Hockey Illustrated magazine. This is Wayne Gretzky. This cover predates his first Sports Illustrated cover, which did come out later that year in 1981. And this is a CGC 6.5 copy, sold for $135 on eBay. It says MVP Wayne Gretzky, Edmonton's teenage superstar. Here we have Magic Johnson's second Sports Illustrated cover. So this was the iconic 1979 NCAA championship game that I mentioned earlier. You can see Magic in his Michigan State college jersey, posterizing an Indiana State Sycamore, not Larry Bird, but one of his teammates. It's a CGC 5.5, and it sold for $149.95. From 1963, this is Sport Heroes magazine. We've got multiple legendary athletes, primarily Mickey Mantle has the largest image there, but you can also see guys like Johnny Unitas, you can see Oscar Robertson, you got Warren Spahn, you've also got Willie Mays and a couple others. And this is a CGC 9.4 copy that sold for $750 on eBay. 1951 Baseball magazine. This very well may be Mickey Mantle's first magazine cover of any publication. It's definitely one of his earliest ones, 1951, his rookie year. And this is a CGC 4.5 copy. It predates his first Sports Illustrated cover by 5 years, sold for $499.99. Interesting one here. This is from 1962, The Wigwam, and it's Wilt Chamberlain with the Philadelphia Warriors, and it is a CGC 5.5 copy. It looks to be a game program of some sort, a playoff game. It says NBA playoff game, the Philadelphia Warriors versus the Syracuse Nationals from March 16th, 1962 in Convention Hall in Philadelphia, sold for $271 on eBay. Next up, iconic Michael Jordan cover here from 1987. It's the Pictures 87 cover. Pretty high grade copy on a tough issue to get graded well. It's a CGC 8.5, and it sold for $420 on eBay. 1971, this is Boxing Illustrated, and this was the fight of the century. This was Frazier versus Ali 1. So we know that the two monster heavyweight champions faced each other 3 times. This was the first of those matchups. This was billed as the fight of the century. Still, widely regarded as one of the most important and most hyped boxing matchups in the history of the sport. Frazier did win this one, although Ali won the second and the third matchups. And this CGC 6.5 copy sold for $299.99. Next up, 1988 WWF program, Macho Man Randy Savage, going to snap into a Slim Jim. This is a CGC 9.2, sold for $200 on eBay. From 1986, we got Time Magazine, Super Bowl 20, the Bad News Bears, and you have William Perry, the refrigerator, alongside Sweetness, Walter Payton. This issue is graded a CGC 7.0, and it sold for $200 on eBay. 1961 Complete Sports. Love this cover image here of Hall of Famer Bill Russell, and it's a very high grade for the year, a CGC 9.0, sold for $750 on eBay. Here we have 1979 Inside Sports, and this is the premier issue. You've got Larry Bird. It's a CGC 8.5. So if you did not know, Sports Illustrated is published by Time Inc., the same corporation that put out Time Magazine. Well, Inside Sports was put out by Newsweek. And so Newsweek and Time were two major competitors, and Inside Sports was put out to be the competitor to go against Sports Illustrated. And so this was the premier issue. They actually had multiple different covers that week. So you could call this a variant. This is a variant premier issue cover of Inside Sports featuring rookie Larry Bird. Very cool. And this CGC 8.5 copy sold for $750 on eBay. Next up, 1998 Sports Illustrated Kobe Bryant. This is a well-known issue. It's his first cover. Also got Magic Johnson there. And this CGC 9.0 copy sold for $227.50. 1996 Sports Illustrated, you got the glove, Gary Payton. I love those old school Seattle Supersonics jerseys. And from 1996, this was the year that the Sonics faced off against Michael Jordan and the Bulls in the NBA Finals. And you can see the headline there, Mission Impossible. Your assignment, Mr. Payton, is to stop the Bulls. Good luck, Gary. And as we know, the Bulls did go on to win that NBA Finals. It was Michael Jordan's fourth NBA championship, and it was the first of his second three-peat run. So this 9.4 copy of a really cool cover sold for $129 on eBay. And here we've got 1953 Sports Illustrated. This was dummy issue number 1. So the very first issue of Sports Illustrated came out in 1954. It, of course, featured Hall of Famer Eddie Matthews on the cover, but Sports Illustrated did send out 2 what they called dummy issues beforehand. This first of which was in 1953. The second one, I believe, was also in 1954. And they were basically kind of playing around and testing out the format of the magazine, and also trying to garner some feedback and just get a feel for what the magazine was going to be what the magazine was going to look like and what the reception would be. And so you can see that this copy was sold along with an original letter, as well as even the envelope that it was shipped in, which is pretty cool. And this sold for $283 on eBay. And last but not least, we're going to end with an autograph here. This is from 1961. This is Sports Illustrated. This is Hall of Fame point guard for the Boston Celtics, Bob Cousy. It's not his first cover, but it is a really, really cool cover image there. He was kind of known as one of the first Wizards. You know, he had a little bit of Pete Maravich in him before Maravich came around, kind of a flashy player. And, you know, this is almost a cover shot of him seemingly making a flashy pass. And you got the beautiful auto there in silver Sharpie. And this issue sold for $280.53. All right, that's it, my friends. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. And until the next video, we will see you next time.